The point is that let's not overcomplicate this. The community has to make a decision. The choice is on December the 19th. We're here trying to explain all of the different dimensions of this. But don't throw rocks at us as if we're some kind of evil empire of a company just trying to be greedily making profits. If you don't want us to come to Grand Cayman, tell us. We'll go somewhere else. There are hundreds upon hundreds of destinations where people and our customers are delighted to go to. They have wonderful vacations. We try to be part of the community. We're willing to invest. We're willing to participate. We're more than happy to listen. And we're willing to do as much as we possibly can to make this a success. And we have been here now on multiple occasions to have these discussions.
Right.
We're open. But this idea that somehow, we're trying to sell it, we've got some evil desires, that we're trying to create a problem, it's just, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, here's something to that end. And this is under your returns, your tax returns. It says unavailability of ports of call may adversely affect the results of operations. So today is certain ports and destinations are facing a surge of both cruise and non-cruise tourism, in which certain cases has fueled anti-tourism sentiment, as you just said. So it's apropos to right now. And related countermeasures to limit the volume of tourists allowed in those destinations, including proposed limits on cruise ships and the cruise ship passengers. In 2019, for example, the local government of Croatia will cap the number of cruise ships that will dock each day, and the number of corresponding passengers to only 5,000. Similar potential restrictions in ports and destinations such as Barcelona, Venice, Amsterdam, and Norway and the Norwegian fjords could limit the itinerary and destination options we can offer our passengers going forward. Any limitations on this availability or feasibility of our ports of call on the availability of shore excursions and other services at such ports will adversely affect the results of our operations. And here's another topic that you go. And this is why I'm saying that you will not leave. And as you said right here, you will not leave this jurisdiction. We're an integral part of the Western itinerary. Jamaica Port Authority has confirmed that as well, that without Cayman, Jamaica is dying, especially with your farthest port. It says, we may lose, this is a subheading in your report, we may lose business to competitors through the vacation market. It says, we face a significant competition from other cruise lines on the basis of cruising prices, travel agency preference, and also in terms of the nature of ships and services we offer our guests. Our principal competitors within the cruise vacation industry include Carnival Corporation, which you're partnering with. Then we're looking at MSC, Holland America Cruise Lines, P&O, Princess Cruise Lines, Disney Cruise Lines, and Regent Seven Seas Cruises. Our revenues are sensitive to these actions of these other cruise lines in many areas, including pricing, scheduling, capacity, and promotions, which have a substantial adverse effect on not only our revenues, but our overall industry revenues. In the event we do not effectively market or differentiate ourselves on the cruise brands from our competitors, likewise compete effectively with other vacation alternatives, our new existing cruise companies will result in operation financial position could be adversely impacted. So you need Cayman on that itinerary.
Welcome to the world of business.
Exactly.
So,
I've been there.
Yeah, exactly. So
not on a level that you have, but I have
we're a significantly large global cruise corporation, and as you said, I think our profits last year were $1.8 billion. Our revenues.
You know that.
Yeah.
You're proud of it.
And our revenue.
Proud of it
yes,
as well.
we're proud of it, and our shareholders are proud of the performance of the company as well. Our business is extremely complicated, and we operate in multiple environments, and it is a challenging environment. Nevertheless, we focus on certain key missions. Number one mission is delivering a great vacation. If you've got a great product, great brands, and you deliver a really good vacation, people will purchase that product, and you will do well. And yes, there's all kinds of issues and threats and challenges that we are dealing with on a daily, annual, strategic basis, as every single business does. It's part of being a successful business. So all of these threats and challenges are real, And our job is to solve for those threats and challenges and to remove them and to find strategies around them if we can't find solutions. So that's common sense. On the issue of anti-tourism or over-tourism, depending which words you want to use, that again is something that dialogue needs to occur with. The classic example is Venice. What's going to happen with Venice? You know, Venice is a medieval town that was built, 1,000 years ago to escape terrorists. And it's become an iconic global destination. And there is a problem. There are too many tourists. Yes, cruise tourism is part of that. But cruise tourism is a tiny percentage of tourism going into Venice. What's the answer to Venice? This morning it was on the news. I saw it this morning before I left the hotel. It's one of the worst floods they've had in Venice in 100 years. And the St. Mark's Square, I think it is, the main square, is flooded. There is an emerging issue. How do you solve that? I certainly don't know. But you're not going to solve it by simply turning around saying, we're banning you. But by the way, if you've got a private jet, you can come. Or we're going to ban you people because we don't like you, but we're going to let you guys come. There has to be a plan, a strategy. And that is the same
wholeheartedly.
That is the same for all of these destinations. What's the plan? We are a cruise company and consortium. We would like to come to Grand Cayman, and we would like to continue to come to Grand Cayman. And we have been invited to propose a model that would improve efficiency, bring better economic prosperity, resolve many of the issues that we know exist today because we're utilizing a model that's been in place for 100 years. We've stepped forward, we've done the work, we've come to the table, we've made the proposal, we think it's good. The decision has to be made on December the 19th. Here it is. Throughout all of this, with the criticism, well, you don't support the EIA, well, we do support the EIA. We disagree on one point. But at the end of the day, this decision has to be made. And yes, will Royal Caribbean suddenly not come to Grand Cayman? No, of course not. We'd love to keep coming to Grand Cayman. But the fact of the matter is that if you stay still while other ports are evolving and changing and figuring out master plans to deal with the inevitable reality of tourism, then you will fall behind. And it's true, our most affluent guests will not come here. So, there's always a cause and effect, there's always a consequence. But we would love to keep coming to Grand Cayman, and so would our competitor cruise companies.
Michael, the thing, I think you lost my point. I was giving you kudos for being a good CEO and being a shark because, frankly, why a lot of us are a little perturbed, I have other words, but I can't use that on air, a little perturbed, is because once again our government has not negotiated the best deal in our mind based on those figures. That's the point that we're all looking on. And it's one when we're talking about environment, and we got to get the good doctor in here as well, because to that end, when we're looking at 70%, and this is from CETA's website, I'm very confident maybe you've probably done the due diligence on it as well, but the Cayman Islands Tourism Association, good doctor, has and cited, for example, our reefs in the Cayman Islands, and they say here are the majority of must snorkel dive sites in the Cayman Islands. 70.4 based on all of them that were listed. That was the number that came out. So 70% of all reefs, must-see reefs to snorkel, is within this whole entire zone. So we're going to be losing that aspect of it in terms of coral, in terms of marine life, all of the various different aspects of it. When we come back, I want to get your thought on all of those things as well. Got to go and take some breaks, ladies and gentlemen. We got tons of callers as well. And doctor's gonna get refreshed and come back.
Crosstalk will be back to leading Cayman's conversation shortly on Rooster 101.